everybody, and welcome to a Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B Team here in the TexAgs offices/studios. I'm Ryan Brauninger. I'll explain why I'm over here in just a second with a kitchen appliance right in front of me. Right over there, that's Richard Zane.
Dude, why do I feel like we're so far apart?
We are. We're on the opposite ends of the studios.
It's very sad.
And because of what's about to happen on this Thunderdome Thursday, we always have bits on Thunderdome Thursday. If you listened to the show yesterday, you know what we're about to get into. And so because we're going to be back and forth and I'm going to be up and down, I'll give a preemptive round of applause to Cade Bickham because he's going to have to be hitting the switches today.
Cade, give yourself a round of applause. There he is. There, so humble, too. Our director-producer, Cade Bickham, the humblest. He won't tell you how humble he is.
All right, so should I explain the bit first? Because there's going to be loud noises and this... we're going to do our best to
noises.
Not to make this just a harassment of the listeners' ears. I think I can do it without just blowing through the microphone. The microphone's facing the other way, and there's only a little bit of time where I have to jack this thing all the way up to 10.
Also, let's keep this in mind. Our listeners have had their ears assaulted on this show before.
Sure, that's kind of their daily...
Remember 2 weeks ago, we chewed in their ears for a full 90 minutes. And I said we, not one person, we chewed in their ears.
We did. We've also guzzled water in their ear.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Last week, when you were out, we ate McDonald's Happy Meals, Luke in 3 bites, myself in 2 bites.
It's impressive.
It's really impressive. Not that impressive.
So y'all made me want McDonald's. I wasn't here. I ended up eating McDonald's after that baseball exhibition on Friday night because the Happy Meal sounded so good. I didn't go with the Happy Meal. I went with 2 McDoubles and a large fry. But
a DQPC?
That's a double quarter pounder with cheese?
Yeah.
No, the McDouble's like the small cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. They still do hot and spices. I haven't been to McDonald's in forever.
I've never had a hot and spicy. I don't know what that is.
Hot and spicy McChicken?
I've never had a McChicken.
Wow.
I've always
Filet of fish?
The filet of fish comes back every now and then.
McRib?
I know the filet of fish is always popular during the Lenten season.
Oh, yeah. Catholic, yeah. McRib?
The McRib comes and goes. I don't think it's around right now.
It's like if we had a McDonald's rep or maybe a guy that owned every McDonald's between here and Montgomery, we could ask him about it.
I mean, more of a Whataburger fan when it comes to McDonald's.
Clip that. We'll send it to Steve McKinney. He'll be here tomorrow.
But please don't, because Steve could pummel me. He could stuff me in a locker. Mentioning things that are back, the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Had one of those earlier this week. Solid.
Where are we at
meal.
on Whataburger now that they've sold to California?
It's Chicago.
Excuse me, yeah.
I mean, the food still tastes the same. The service isn't that great. It's...
Shipley's is the one that sold to California, correct?
I'll be honest with you, we didn't have Shipley up in DFW, so I was never a Shipley person growing up. Obviously, it's the best place to get donuts down here, but I'm not a big donut guy.
Ooh, my wife, she's gotten pregnant, loves donuts.
Donuts are awesome. I love when somebody brings donuts to the office.
What's your favorite? I heard you're a big cream-filled guy.
Not a big cream-filled guy, although I did have the cream-filled when it was here last week.
Yeah, just when it's available.
Yeah, just when it's available. I like the chocolate frosted.
Cade, what's your favorite kind of donut?
Oh, that's honestly a tough question. Ooh, I'd have to think about it. Oh, but honestly, a classic, a little cinnamon sugar cake donut. That'll do it for me.
He likes the thick boys, cake donuts. I like them airy and fluffy.
Cade Bickham likes them thick. I'll just leave it at that.
we could leave it at that.
Attaboy, Bick.
Did you see that Krispy Kreme?
For the Bick.
Krispy Kreme might be going out of business.
That's where
and
my
dad I'm not
dad
talking
would
about
go.
the one here. Let's avoid that conversation. I'm talking about nationally.
Krispy Kreme's the place where my dad would go get donuts on a Saturday morning. He would go pick them up from there, or we would have the Southern Made ones at the little
Southern
mom
Maids
and
are
pop
delicious.
Stuff.
Yeah,
those were the best.
Southern Made. We had one in
Southern
Nederland.
Maids are the easiest ones to get in Flower Mound. You got to drive a little more for the Krispy Kreme, but either one of those.
Let me tell you something. There is a restaurant. No free ads. There's a restaurant. It's actually a chain restaurant, so I don't think it matters. Walk-Ons does a Krispy Kreme donut bread pudding.
They still do that?
Oh yeah.
Because I know they took their milkshakes off the donuts.
I don't know. I think, but the last time I went to Walk-Ons, they had it.
I remember
it's delicious.
that. Yes, it's insane.
And I'll say this: Buppy's been catering on Thursdays.
Yes,
that bread pudding that Buppy's has got was legitimate. I had a cup full of it.
I had multiple plates of food today. I know you won't be able to tell because I'm pretty slim build, but I had multiple plates of the shrimp, the fried catfish, some rice. You obviously mentioned the bread pudding. Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm worried about you.
No, I'm good. The
Brauny down.
Sounds like I missed out on some good eats.
Yeah,
today.
dude, you did.
I
you
got
miss
here,
out on Thursdays if you're not here.
Well, I know, but I got here like the minute I got here, they were already packing everything up, and there was and usually they leave some stuff for like people to take leftovers. There were no leftovers today. I was truly sad.
The shrimp skewers were crushed.
We usually have a ton of leftovers. Remember when they did the fajitas and you could eat fajitas for a week if you wanted to take some home? Or what was the other one they did not too long ago? Wings. You could have wings and you could have eaten wings for an entire week if you wanted. No leftovers today. Olin Buchanan had half of the tray of shrimp by himself.
Olin is a self-proclaimed shrimp connoisseur.
Loves it.
He talks all the time about how much shrimp he can eat.
There's one event on the calendar every single year, usually in the spring around April, May. It's a league thing that he always has to go to. He doesn't like it. It's not the best thing for somebody. It's not a great event, to be honest with you. It's not great.
Well, why don't you just name it?
Because I don't want to offend the...
It's SEC meetings.
No, yeah, it's the SEC spring meetings. Olin can't stand going. Complains about it every year. Hates it. Detests it. Except for the fact that it's in Destin, Florida, which means he's right on the water and you can get some really good fresh shrimp.
He likes shrimp and he can wear his beach shirts.
Loves it.
He can wear his beach shirts.
What do you mean can wear his beach shirt? We're 190 miles inland. Like that's ever stopped him?
No, but it just makes more sense. It's like he's in his Jimmy Buffett zone whenever he goes to Destin.
We did when we went to Atlanta. We went to Margaritaville. It was walking distance from the hotel we were at. Worst dining experience I've ever had. But I had to have a margarita with Olin Buchanan in Margaritaville.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Life-changing stuff.
Have some Jimmy Buffett playing. Maybe boat drinks. I like boat drinks. One of my favorite Jimmy Buffett songs. Puts you in the mood every time.
Jimmy Buffett's one of the artists that was always in my dad's six changer in the BMW he had when I was a kid.
Okay, so back to food talk. So we gluttoned ourselves earlier via Buppies. So what we're going to do today, this is the bit. You can see my little stand mixer right here. This stand mixer was the first present that I bought my wife, then girlfriend, the first Valentine's Day that we were together. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to date this girl, potentially marry this girl, this seems like a good long-term investment that I get something that she can make me food with. Now, what it has, its main utility is to make what I call Brauny's muscle mousse. Okay, so I love chocolate mousse. And chocolate mousse is not that difficult to make. But if I made chocolate mousse with Oreos, because you have to have Oreos in your chocolate mousse, if I made Oreos and chocolate mousse three times a week, I'd be fatter than I am already. Hard to believe. So I was like, how do I satiate this craving that I have, or like this love of chocolate mousse? And so I started to experiment with ways to make it healthier and make it more protein rich. And so that is what we're going to do. We're going to make Brauny's muscle mousse on the show today. So I'm going to go over the list of ingredients. Then we're going to start talking about actual sports things that we have on the rundown. While I'm making things, Richard, I'm going to take this microphone. I'm going to walk around with it to the front so I can talk and make mousse. And then also, we are aware that this thing's going to make some noise. I'm going to try not to blow your eardrums out. It's okay. Like I said, you're going to be hitting the switches today if we need to. All right. First things first, you need regular old heavy whipping cream. I don't measure this. I just coat the bottom of the bowl here, and you got to whip it till you get stiff peaks, okay?
Yeah, you got to whip it till it gets stiff?
Yep, that's what you got to do. All right. So, heavy whipping cream. You need a quarter, not much, like a quarter of a block of good old Philadelphia regular old cream cheese. Just a quarter of it.
Goes good on a bagel too, by the way.
I do have a knife to cut that with. I think I've done all my prep work. Okay. No. You need any kind of chocolate protein powder will do. We've got Jocko's, great friend of the show. great friend of David Nuno, his dear friend, I think.
Friend loose, obviously.
This is chocolate protein powder. It's got whey, casein, and egg blend. It is 22 grams per scoop, 120 calories. We're probably going to go with like 3 scoops in our muscle mousse, okay? You need Greek yogurt, regular old Greek yogurt. You need Hershey's Zero Sugar chocolate syrup. And then the final couple of ingredients are Cool Whip, Zero Sugar. Love Cool Whip. You a big Cool Whip guy?
Cool Whip. Yeah,
why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
Yeah, Cool Whip is really good. I like.
And surprisingly low in calorie.
Like putting strawberries in it as a kid.
I don't need to listen to what you and Jenna get into.
I said as a kid.
Oh, sorry.
You made something really gross, Brauny.
Okay, like it wasn't. You just talked about whipping it until it. Okay,
Richard, I understood your Cool Whip reference, by the way.
Whip.
Yes, Family Guy, Stewie.
Queethins.
Quality.
Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? My mom says white. She's always said it that way.
She
white.
said what?
White.
White. My dad doesn't pronounce the H in Houston, so it's Houston.
It's like humble.
Humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston.
All right, the last thing. Listen, I love Oreos. Maybe my favorite snack of all time. When I was in high school, I think I've told this story before, and I could eat such things. I would wake up, and one of the first things that I would do is grab a sleeve of Oreos, put it in milk, and let it sit. And let it get soggy, and then whenever I was done getting dressed before I'd go to school, I would eat the Oreos and milk as my breakfast. Fattening and gross, but you can do that whenever you're in high school. So what I found is these are called Catalina Crunch. Okay, these are 100 calories per serving. There are 2 cookies, so these are 50 calories per cookie, and they have 3 grams of protein in them. So they're much better for you than regular Oreos, and they do the job. They ain't regular Oreos, but they're close enough, and especially when you put them in this mousse, they do the job. So that's the ingredients. We are going to start this thing, okay? Richard, let's start our sports discussion, and I will start. I'm going to have to do some maneuvering here because I don't have much room. See, like when I pull my mixer back, I hit my laptop. So let's get some I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put my laptop on the desk here, or excuse me, on the chair. And we're going to start in Los Angeles, California. The Phillies run away from the Dodgers late. Good game until it got, I know you're going to say mismanaged, but I want to talk about number one. Kyle Schwarber hit one of the furthest home runs in playoff history in Dodger Stadium history.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a massive swing. That tied it at 1-1. It landed on top of the roof in the right field pavilion, excuse me. If you get a ball up on the roof and it goes what is considered out of Dodger Stadium, because up until recently, if it hit the roof of the pavilion, it would go completely out of the stadium. Not until the last few years have they expanded that outfield concourse. But if anybody, regardless of team, any player hits a ball out of Dodger Stadium, they get a plaque about where the ball goes out. So Giancarlo Stanton has one. Mark McGwire has one. Fernando Tatis Jr. has one.
I didn't know they did that for the opposing player.
Willie Stargell has a couple of them. Kyle Schwarber's going to have a plaque now. It might honestly be the 3rd farthest home run I've ever seen hit at Dodger Stadium. Because I didn't see the night Tatis left the yard. I remember watching the Giancarlo Stanton one. That was insane. He hit it more towards the middle of the left field pavilion. And then the one Shohei hit last year, it didn't quite leave. It was about 1.5 feet from catching the lip of the roof of the pavilion, more towards right center. But Kyle Schwarber just detonated a ball like really only a few people can.
The second one he hit almost as hard, but straight up in the air. He hit one that went out of Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Then he hit one, like as far of a home run as you can hit.
He's a freak, dude.
And then he hit as short as one as you can hit.
He absolutely terrorizes the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. My mom and I went to a Phillies-Dodgers series last year at Dodger Stadium. Phillies, I believe, either took 2 of 3 or they swept them. And Kyle Schwarber had 2 home runs and 7 RBIs in the finale.
Okay, so I want to get your thoughts on I didn't think the Dodgers were going to sweep the Phillies. The Phillies are too good, and they were too good offensively, I thought, to keep down. But your thoughts on Dave Roberts' decision to go to Clayton Kershaw, his decision to leave him in and kind of let him rot, and Clayton Kershaw's role going forward for the Dodgers in this postseason, because it's hard to watch one of the greatest left-handed pitcher of this generation. Like, just quit running him out there, man. Like,
well, here's the deal, and a lot of people are going to rush to say, "Oh, it's postseason Kershaw again." He wasn't good last night. Can you
hear this? I'm starting the mixer, by the way.
It's nothing crazy. I can hear it a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. You can talk through it.
Okay, perfect. As long as the listeners, I don't have the chat pulled up, so I can move if I need to.
So, I mean, he wasn't sharp last night. The slider wasn't good. The fastball command was non-existent. If you look at his season numbers this year, even at 38, in year 20 in the big leagues, he had a good year. He wasn't great. He wasn't Cy Young candidate. He was a borderline all-star. And obviously he got to the all-star game because he was the commissioner's pick for service to the game. I'm fine with that. He would have been a potential roster replacement. That's the year he had. He had a good year. He's been fine. He's retiring before the game has completely passed him by while he's still healthy. That's fine. That's understandable. It's also okay to accept and admit that he's not one of your best starting pitchers anymore when you've got Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You've got Blake Snell. You've got Tyler Glasnow. Oh, and this guy Shohei Ohtani hits balls 500 feet and throws 100 miles an hour. They've got as good of a starting pitching rotation as you will find in the postseason right now.
So what is Kershaw's role for the remainder of the playoffs?
It's exactly what I thought it would be. He'd come in and eat an inning or two out of the bullpen.
He can't throw in tight games.
I agree. He can't be in a tight game, but it's like we said yesterday on this show, or I guess it was, it would have been yesterday because it would have been after Dave Roberts' disaster class on Tuesday where he got lucky. You're going to have to win games where non-traditional relievers pitch out of relief and get you some key outs. Clayton Kershaw did that in the 7th. Now, he had some help. Teoscar Hernandez made a good defensive play for the first out, coming in, sliding after getting a terrible jump after Kershaw put the first two guys on. Then the hero of Game 3, Kyle Schwarber, has a major malfunction on the base pads, gets thrown out going back to first on what looked like was going to be a double steal for the second out.
You see this whole table moving?
Yeah. I think you got to sit there.
I got to sit there and hold it. Does it sound okay, Kate? I know I'm muted.
It's a little bit louder now.
Okay, this is like the only part.
A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. You got a little bit louder now.
You got to whip that up. You whip that up. You whip that up. It's heavy whipping cream. You got to get it to stiff peaks. All right, Richard. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Keep going.
But so then there's another atom ball hit at Teoscar Kershaw, who's admittedly and obviously to the 56,000 people in the ballpark and the millions watching at home, not sharp, still got through the 7th unscathed. Take him out. It is a 2-run game. You're down 3-1. You have a chance. It's a bloop and a blast. But what does Mr. Milquetoast do? He runs him back out there. And it's the same thing. It's exactly what you saw to begin the 7th inning, where the Phillies are mashing him, and he doesn't do anything and leaves him out there to rot. It was one of the most disrespectful and embarrassing displays of management in a postseason baseball game I've ever seen when you factor in who's the pitcher, a franchise icon, future first ballot Hall of Famer, inner circle Hall of Famer, and then you consider that it is a short best of 5, first to 3 series, and you have a chance to win the ball game. You are in it in the late innings, and you still have to have Betts and Freeman and Hernandez and Smith and possibly Ohtani still to hit again in the 8th and 9th innings. You let him rot. It's embarrassing. It is indefensible. It's awful. It was pathetic. I was so mad.
Get it all out.
Honestly, and it sounds like I ran about this team a lot, and I do. I've never been that upset. I was seeing red last night. if I were Frank the Tank, I would have ripped off my shirt kind of thing or broken a pair of glasses or whatever. I was that livid. I was that upset. Show him the peaks there, Cade. That's what we're looking for. You got to talk into the mic.
I know. That's what we're looking for. Stiff peaks like that. It'll hold into the whisk. Okay, that's when you're ready to move on. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Philadelphia cream cheese block. I'm going to get a quarter of it, and I'm going to gently incorporate it into this. You don't want to over-whip this, right? You over-whip it, it starts flattening it out. So Dodgers up 2-1. You're still fine.
Which is like you should be.
You got Tyler Glasnow going today.
And yeah, that's the thing. You should be. But the game turns into a laugher. And it completely changes the at-bats the Dodgers take in the 8th and 9th inning. They ended up scoring a run and had some traffic in the 9th, whatever. It was already out of hand. They weren't going to come back from down 7. But you had a chance.
You're also giving Philadelphia unnecessary momentum heading into the next contest.
Oh, you want to talk about unnecessary momentum? If Kershaw doesn't give up 5 or whoever doesn't surrender 5, it's still a 3-run or a 2-run ball game going into the bottom of the 8th. Guess who Rob Thompson is going to have to be forced to use?
Duran?
Yup. And it would have been the 3rd time in 3 games that he would have used Duran. So because of Dave Roberts' mismanagement and lack of any sort of like urgency or feel for the game or just general respect for the game, he put himself at a disadvantage moving forward. Like Duran's fresh. He can go multiple innings tonight if they need him. And by the way, the Phillies still have their backs up against the wall. They have to win tonight. If Duran's going to be needed for multiple innings, you can bet your bottom dollar Thompson's going to throw him out there. Doc, he screwed himself.
Yeah,
he always does this. He's a moron.
Yeah, because you have the day's rest if it goes back to
yes.
Philly. Yeah.
And the other thing is the thing that really hasn't been discussed a lot. I think a lot of Dodger fans have caught on the past year because it's been a brutal year, and the bullpen management and the game management's been really bad all season long from Roberts. No one's really talking about postseason Kershaw. They're saying, "Oh, this is just another shot in the arm of his legacy." Because every single time you've seen him in the dugout with his head down, it's because either something nefarious is going on in the other dugout, that's all I'm going to say, or Dave Roberts is a moron and brought him in a spot he shouldn't have been. The number one thing I think about is that Game 5 of the 2019 NLDS, a team that you guys both know about. They victimized you later on in the year. The Washington Nationals were let off the mat because Dave Roberts had Kershaw pitch in relief in a spot he shouldn't have been in and left him in after he gave up a mammoth shot to Rendon. Dave Roberts is an idiot. He's an idiot. He's done it before.
I feel like we could let you go for an hour and a half on this guy.
I'm just like Nick Savage
Richard,
with the NASCAR talk because nobody cares at home. I'm just keeping it all in. So like when you give me a mic and I can go, I will.
Richard, is Dave Roberts like if Doc Rivers had lucked himself into an NBA championship?
Yes, 1,000%. Look at the roster he had last year.
Yeah, I mean that's that.
He had
he would have been. You would have had to try
MVPs
to not win the World Series that year.
And they were still a Aaron Judge caught pop fly away from going back to Los Angeles, and who knows what happens.
Aaron Judge is terrible in the playoffs.
He was. I thought he was really good. He was New York Yankees' best player.
Okay, sorry. Terrible is the wrong word. He's not clutch.
Man, he was really good this postseason.
Yeah,
he was
clutch.
not the Yankee problem,
game
man.
Game time.
He hit 500 in the DS.
Game tying 3-run homer,
which is a good segue into
game they won.
I mean, yeah, but they lost the series.
Anyways,
they were getting smoked most of the time.
I'll wrap up my Dodger thoughts because I know you guys don't care.
By the way, I'm adding about a little less than half of this non-fat Greek yogurt, and then no flavors, right? So it's non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Add about half, maybe a little bit less than half.
Anyways, if the Dodgers are going to go anywhere, and that includes winning tonight or even winning this division series, who knows where the path takes them, the journey takes them. Wherever they go, they're going to get in spite of their manager because I have no faith in him to do the right thing and manage in-game scenarios correctly to put his team in the best position to win a game and subsequently a series. He's extremely lucky they're not down 2-1 after what he pulled on Monday night in Philadelphia. That's all I have. I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm going to flush it. Game 4.
You got to flush it and move on.
Game 4 starts in 28 minutes, so there's no use in me dwelling on it anymore. Glasnell's going today. Let's get a dub. Let's wrap it up and move on to
all
the
right,
championship series.
Take your Dodger bias out of this. What do you think the most entertaining World Series would be? Because I think it'd be Blue Jays Brewers.
Most entertaining World Series. That's probably right. I mean, I think those are the two teams that play the best. I would say Brewers, Mariners. You would have the star power of Raleigh and the pitching staff of the Mariners against the island of misfit toys that is the Milwaukee Brewers. Best record in all of baseball versus a team that was coming from behind to even win their division. Yep, always coming from behind to win the division. That'd be a fun, entertaining series. I can tell you what would be a nightmare for Fox is Dodgers Mariners. Two West Coast teams is a ratings nightmare, and it's an attendance nightmare.
I mean,
you start games at 5:00 local time.
So the Mariners, that was one of the worst. Their fans have had a lot of bad days since 2001, the last time they went to a CS. Yesterday had been one of those days, like one of the worst days as a Mariners fan. You're up 3-0 with a chance to clinch and go back home for the ALCS, and you just implode. And now you got to play today, right?
No, they're off today.
Play tomorrow and beat Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. The Tigers, man, they're talented and they are good enough to win the pennant, and they've got enough pitching to win the pennant. They're just so streaky offensively. They're a conundrum. They're an enigma. It's hard to understand them. The other thing I'll say about the Tigers is I like their manager better than anybody else in the game.
AJ Hinch is stud.
Everybody else in the game, I'd take AJ Hinch in a heartbeat. So just for them to get off the mat and find a way to win after they were non-competitive in Game 3, after that rained away. Ooh, didn't want to burp in the mic. Sorry, guys.
Too much fried catfish.
They came back. They got off the mat. They found a way. Maybe that's something that helps them find momentum. They've been a club without momentum for the last month and a half, 2 months, something like that, as they watch their, I don't know, was it 9 games, 19 games? It was something crazy.
I think it was 15.
It was the worst.
15. They were up 15
It's the
games,
worst divisional collapse in the history of
the game. And then they beat the Guardians in the
got the last laugh.
wild card round.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of 2021 when Dodgers Giants both won. The Giants won the division, winning 107 games, and then the Dodgers got the last laugh in the division series. But you got to beat Tariq Skubal in a winner take all.
If
I had to name one player on the one pitcher in baseball to have on the mound in a winner-take-all right now, it's that guy.
Yes, Tariq Skubal. And the last time the remaining AL teams have won a World Series, Mariners never, obviously. The Blue Jays in 1993 and the Tigers in 1984. There's a ton of intrigue on the American League side. Like, there's going to be a super happy fan base that hasn't been this overjoyed in decades or ever if it's the Mariners.
Personally, because of my ties to the city, I would love for the American League representative to be the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I mean, I'm fine with anybody on the AL side.
I also think that's an organization that's still ahead of schedule if they can keep Skubal in Motown.
I did enjoy seeing the Yankees go out.
Awesome.
We talked about favorite hate-watch teams. The New York Yankees are up there for me.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Cade, we're going to now add – so whenever you go with the cream cheese and you – whip the heavy whipping cream to stiff peaks, it gets a little thick. So the yogurt helps thin it out some. And then we're going to add just a little bit of Hershey's Zero Sugar chocolate syrup. Not a lot, because you're going to get some chocolate from, or a lot of the chocolate from this protein powder. But add that. Again, we're gently incorporating this because you've already whipped that whipped cream.
Whip it gently.
This is like a Martha Stewart segment right now.
We talked about her yesterday, too.
Yeah, we did, Cade. You have no idea. Cade, do you remember when Martha Stewart went to prison?
How old were you in 2004?
I was 2 years old in 2004.
Okay, yesterday was the anniversary of when she went to prison for insider trading.
Oh, really? Was it? That's really funny. What are the odds of that? But yes, I do know that she went to prison for that. I think that's, it's a fun fact. Fun fact about Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart's
that she's been to prison and
Snoop
Dogg hasn't?
Yes. Yep. She's got more felonies than Snoop Dogg.
Her and Snoop Dogg became friends. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add 3 full scoops of whatever protein powder you want to use. Okay? And you got to let this incorporate for longer because it's going to get clumpy and then smooth out. Okay? And while I'm doing that, Richard, we got to talk about the Yankees because they bajillion dollars, they spilled all this money.
Has Aaron Boone been fired?
He has to be.
I think he will, but I'm asking, has he been fired?
No. All I saw on terms of coaching staffs being obliterated was what's going on in Houston. Fired the hitting coach, fired the head trainer, and fired one more piece of the front office staff.
You could see a coaching staff in Los Angeles get obliterated as early as Sunday.
They're going to beat the Phillies, dude.
There's right now.
Hold on, we're done with Dodger talk. We got to move on. You can't keep giving him bait.
No. This is a Yankees thing. There is right now on ESPN. I clicked on the MLB tab and I scrolled down past the MLB Division Series off-season questions for eliminated teams. Third thing, video, 18-second clip. Aaron Boone expects to be back at Yankees helm.
Yeah, I'm reading something on New York Yankees on SI. Back in August, Ken Rosenthal hinted that heads would roll if the Yankees did not win the World Series. But since the flameout, Rosenthal thinks that both Cashman and Aaron Boone are safe.
Why? Why?
That's laughable. That's laughable.
That would be malpractice. That would be organizational malpractice.
How many years does this guy need? How many years does Brian Cashman need?
Well, the Yankees haven't won a World Series since what, 2009?
2009. And this is the first time they've only won one world championship in an entire quarter century.
First time in their history.
In their history, they've won one world championship during a 25-year span.
And you have teams in the division.
2000.
Okay.
They're an aging roster. Let's call it what it is. Their best player's 33. We talked about Judge yesterday. Probably, he's a freak. He's probably got 5 or 6 good years left, but Stanton doesn't.
Nope.
Bellinger doesn't. Bellinger looks like he's tanking big time.
I love Cody Bellinger. I guess
Anthony Volpe can't hit.
Volpe stinks.
Maybe he's getting some grace because Cole was on the shelf. Maybe. But how much of a difference is Garrett Cole making? He started Game 5 of a World Series, a must-win, and he forgot to cover first base.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, he just needs to be gone. That franchise is. I mean, I would love it if they stayed because if they stay and they're going to keep being bad, then by all means, or not bad, but if they're going to keep not winning the World Series and keep getting knocked out in the postseason, that's very fun for me to watch. I'd enjoy that. But from like a Yankees fan perspective, like,
I gotta go to the restroom.
Why? Richard over 8. This show stinks. Well, I'm sitting over here by myself in the usually Angry Elephant News and Social Center. We got a stand mixer on the desk. We're making mousse. All the ingredients I've already got done with, they're out and just strewn across the main desk. Richard ate so much today that he's having stomach issues. This is why you tune into this show.
You never know what's going to happen. You never know.
It's a Thunderdome Thursday.
Oh, Brauny, while we have, I guess, nothing, I wanted to, I'll bring this up now because I told you before the show. My father sent me a picture of my grandpa with a guest we had on TexAgs Live yesterday morning. Yesterday morning. Bubba Bean, former legendary A&M running back.
That's sick.
Yeah, and so here's the picture. So this is my grandpa is on the top right, and then that's Bubba Bean in the middle. He's like signing his deal or whatever.
His deal for A&M?
His LOI, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And so yeah, but that's like a cool picture that my dad sent me.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm off camera, but I'm coming back. I have the mic with me. I got to get my spoon. We are incorporating now. So we have a very even mixture. It could probably, scrape down the sides to make sure you're getting all the protein powder because it likes to stick to the sides there. So you just go around and you scrape the sides, make sure you're getting everything good and mixed and incorporated. And once I get all this in, I will be adding probably 2, I don't know, we'll see. Like, again, we're not measuring. Like, I grew up in a house, like, when you cook in Southeast Texas and any, like, especially Cajun cooking, like, my grandmas didn't really measure anything.
I'm with you on that, Brownie.
It's just kind of a feel.
It is. I think that there's a difference between cooking and baking. And when baking,
baking is science.
The measurements are precise. You need to be on it. But when I'm cooking, I'll look up a recipe if I haven't made it before, and I'll try to follow the general, like, how much of this should I have. But after the first time, it's all feel, especially, with seasonings and things of that nature. But
I am going to end up making a gumbo on this show. We just got to make sure that the hot plate's not going to blow up the entire studio.
That would be.
Josh was like, before you plug anything in to cook, you need to make sure that hot plate, number one, is not going to burn through the main desk. And then number two, you got to make sure that when you plug it in and it starts dragging electricity to it, that it's not going to just uncork everything in here, which would be bad.
Agreed.
All right.
Okay.
We're almost done here.
All right.
Is anybody still watching this? Is anybody entertained? I don't know. Who cares? All right. So not the last mix, okay? But we got to incorporate that Cool Whip. And then that's the last soft ingredient that we're adding. We still got our Oreo our Catalina Crunch.
Catalina Crunch.
Oreo imitators.
So
I sure hope Richard's okay.
He's coming back now. The return of Richard Zane will begin shortly.
The B team stands for Brown?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got to pick games still. I have it written on the rundown, but I forgot to include the link. So if one of you could pull up the joint statement made by the University of North Carolina and Bill Belichick, and maybe read that verbatim while we get ready for my final ingredient over here.
What'd I miss? Okay, turn me on. What'd I miss?
You haven't really missed.
You missed a sweet photo. Pop that photo back up.
I'll pop this photo back up.
Why can't I hear myself? Oh, I turned my mic off. Headphones off. Jeez, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, here, I'll pop this photo back up.
Let me see it.
This is a picture. So that's my grandpa on the top right, and that's Bubba Bean signing I believe it's his LOI to Texas A&M.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what, this is circa 1971?
Yeah, circa 1971.
That's awesome, dude.
Pretty sick. Yeah, my dad sent it to me last night after Bubba was on the show yesterday.
I'm really excited for the jerseys are going to be fully revealed here in about 7 minutes. Texas A&M always does their uniform reveals Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central Time. We know what they're going to look like, right? They've already released the retail version of the jersey. A&M earlier this week posted a photo that doesn't give away what's on the side of the helmet or the pants or anything like that, but I can pretty much guarantee you, looking at pictures of that 75 team, that they're going to be solid white pants, and it's going to be that throwback A&M block ATM on the side with the gray face mask.
I think
that's so cool. I'm excited for these throwbacks. I think they're going to look pretty sick.
I gotta break Oreos.
Hey, Brauny, I found that statement, that University of North
go ahead
Carolina
and read
statement.
that.
Okay, so the statement says, statements from Carolina Athletics. Bill Belichick, quote, "I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here."
LOL.
Bubba Cunningham, director of athletics, quote, "Coach Belichick has the full support of the Department of Athletics and university."
Well, they were talking about like some sort of amended buyout. Like that came across my timeline late last night. There's clearly, like, if you have to make this statement, there's something wrong. This is a vote of confidence from an AD. Like whenever a coach is tanking, this is the vote of confidence graphic that comes out. We believe in Coach so-and-so. but they're having to do this, 5 games into this guy's college coaching career? Just pull the plug, man. Nobody's going to blame. Well, they'll blame you, and you'll have to wear all the memes, and everybody will make fun of you. But that's the best decision for your program. Just pull the plug. This isn't getting better.
I mean, the only way they're going to be competitive is if they restart at any point. The only way for North Carolina football to be competitive at the ACC level or eventually the national level is to find a better head coach and let him build a program, whether that be next year, the year after, or the year after that. And to me, it makes the most sense to get that process started as quickly as possible. And who knows, maybe James Franklin is tired of losing games in the Big Ten. Maybe he'd like to run to a much easier league like the ACC, where you only got to worry about Clemson and Florida State and Miami. You're not going to get all of those on your schedule every single year. Your path to 10 wins is rather easy. James Franklin, I'm just saying, Chapel Hill seems like it's a much better place for you to win than Happy Valley.
Also, they won't care as much if he's losing because
basketball season starts in November.
Exactly. Frankly, looking kind of rough over there for basketball right now too.
How is that guy still employed?
I don't know. The last couple of years have looked a little iffy over there. How much money have they spent?
Like, why can't they get rid of these people? Are they broke? There's no way, right? That university with that academic standing, with that sort of alumni network is broke. They have no donors in their athletic department. What's going on? Their best sport right now is baseball, and we know baseball doesn't make any money.
Michael Jordan, I feel like, would be a good person to tap into.
He seems like he's got some money. Some.
Potentially.
But he's only the first billion-dollar athlete ever.
Just give them all their attire and apparel for free.
I give plenty of money to Michael Jordan.
He should.
With all the shoes I buy. Although I'm wearing Kobe's today.
Finishing touches, by the way. We're on finishing touches.
He should invest in them instead of that. Instead of the Charlotte Hornets.
Is that what they're called? I thought they were the Bobcats.
No, Bobcats. I don't know how the whole thing worked. I think it was New Orleans Hornets, and then they went to Charlotte, and then whoever was in Charlotte.
That's not true. I'm pretty sure that the team in New Orleans just renamed themselves the Pelicans.
Oh, that's right.
Like sold the rights to the.
I don't know.
Name.
It was something weird, like some sort of weird mid-2000s thing.
Switch over to me, Kate. I got a finished product here.
I don't like the NBA, but I'm up with that. I know what's going on there.
So this is the consistency we're looking for. Okay, I call it mousse. It's more like pudding. Okay,
well, I'm going to get this. Pudding doesn't really flow.
Yeah, muscle mousse sounds better. Okay, but in order for me to get it out of the whisk, I got to kind of shake it around. That's exactly what you're looking for. So I don't know when we'll let it sit for a little bit and marinate, and then toward the end of the episode, we'll eat some of it. How about that? So I am going to now go over to the desk.
Can you show us how you shake it again?
I only do that for my wife.
Ugh.
And we got to pick games.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And a lot of them. There's a lot on the slate here. So let me get set up. Richard, you need to pull that email up.
I have it open.
You know what we should have done is figure out who's actually doing good in these things.
Yeah, we have not
been keeping track on who's
yeah. Maybe we start this week.
Why do you know you're doing bad, and so now you want to start?
Yeah, I am doing pretty bad actually, but
this show needs an intern.
Yeah. Well, they're lining up outside for it.
The line is 0 people long.
It's a specific TexAgs intern application for B team assistant.
It's like when you go on the open table and you're trying to reserve your spot on the wait list, and there's nobody waiting, so they won't even let you reserve, put your name down. Yeah, that's what our intern application for the B team looks like. Although
what's going on with this mic stand? Was yours doing this? Oh, there we go. We got it.
Mine's okay.
But you were having to use the spoon for.
I tightened the mic stand
as a screwdriver.
Do you need me to come mess with it, Brauny?
All right. Now I'm a little bit sweaty from chefing.
How are you sweaty? It's cold in here.
That was a lot of movement. There's a lot of stress involved.
A lot of movement. You're just walking around a little bit. A little bit. If you're sweating, you should you should go see somebody.
Well, geez, I'm telling you what. this show today. There we go.
It's amazing.
Please stay.
We're 8 minutes away. I got to pull up TBS.
Okay. All right. Let's pick some games. We tried to get through a somewhat rundown before we got to this. The first game, it is tomorrow night.
Friday night.
The North Texas Mean Green at home. What's the name of their stadium?
DATCU. DATCU. It's a credit union stadium. It used to be Apogee.
Oh, that's what I remember it as. Apogee Stadium in Denton. The North Texas Mean Green are favored by 1.5 over nationally ranked South Florida. You have been a believer in the Mean Green, Richard, from the start of the season.
Might as well keep it going.
Their quarterback has a very interesting story. Never started a game in high school.
That's wild. That is so cool.
And
shout out to all the kids who never started a game in high school, like me.
Because of that, no, that's not because of that. I think South Florida's good. They got blitzed by Miami. I don't know that they would have got, like Northwestern would have played any better against Miami, so I don't really factor that into my analysis of this game. I think South Florida plays a brand of football that travels well. Pound the rock, play defense, shorten the game. North Texas favored by 1.5, so this is essentially a pick 'em. I'm taking the Bulls on the road to win.
I've been a champion of the Mean Green all season long. I can't ditch them in there. 12. It's like the clock may or may not strike midnight on whatever Cinderella run they may or may not be on. Give me the Mean Green at home, night game, national television audience, blackout at DATCU Stadium. They've given the students off on Friday to let them tailgate, hang out, and go to the game. Give me the Mean Green. It's gonna be rowdy.
I have a text message from Dalton that just says blueberry cake.
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again.
Oh no.
That was his donut, favorite donut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't have the chat open, so I haven't even looked in there.
Hey, Dalton, I would love to see UNT win on Friday.
Richard is excusing himself once again. You got something spastic going on here.
I don't think Catfish agrees with me, but I like Catfish, and I know what it does to me, and I'm
so
okay
you've
with
made
it.
this decision.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right.
I can live with it. I'll be back.
We'll keep it rolling. We'll get your picks when you come back. Cade?
Oh, man, this one's tough. I'm going to go with USF just because I think that because they've played better teams, and I know that their defense is pretty solid. They gave up less points to Florida than Texas did, so, there's something to think about.
Yeah. I think, again, Alex Golish, I feel like he's been in bigger spots than Eric Morris. I don't know if that matters, but this is a big spot for both of them this season, like massive spot. And they both have eyes on the G5 playoff selection spot. Like they can feel like that's within their grasp. So I like just Alex Golish being a little bit more big game experience than Eric Morris, but I like both of them as young coaches that could not be at the school they're currently at in, 3 or 4 months?
I agree. Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be a great game regardless.
All right, the next game on the docket, Illinois at home, Champaign, Illinois. The Illini are 14.5-point underdogs to Ohio State. The Buckeyes look like they have gotten it rolling a little bit.
Can I go first on this
one?
Go
ahead.
Okay. I think that Ohio State looks really good. I think it's clear that they are a good team. They went into Washington. That was a fairly impressive win. The defense is obviously really solid. 14.5 seems like a lot in Champaign. If it were in Ohio, I'd be fine with it, and I'd probably take Ohio State to cover that. But I think in Illinois, I think they're going to keep it a little bit closer than that. I think Ohio State wins by 10, but they don't cover that.
Yeah, I think that is a lot of points, but Illinois' their hallmark of their season so far is beating a USC team that may stink, like USC might stink. I think their quarterback is good. I think USC has got a very capable quarterback, but the rest of the pieces, I say the quarterback and the receivers are good, but the rest of the pieces at USC, they might stink. Illinois beat them. It was a close game. What would Ohio State be favored at USC 12.5, 13.5. I don't know. They just went on the road, as you mentioned, Cade, all the way across the country from the middle part of America, and they go out west, and they just kept pulling away from Washington. Like the longer that game went on, they could have played 4 more quarters, and it wasn't ever going to be Washington catching up to Ohio State. It was going to be Ohio State continuing to separate themselves from Washington. I believe Ohio State wins and covers this number.
Yeah.
And especially look at this. Obviously, what did Penn State do when they went out west?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not easy to go out there.
They didn't get smoked, but they lost. You know what, Brauny? I actually am going to change my mind and say that they do cover, because I've just pulled up Ohio State's game log, and the most points they've given up in a game this year is 9 to Ohio. Ohio University.
Yeah, so they've got a shout for the best defense in the country.
So
let's just say Illinois gets to 13, 28 to 13, 31 to 13. That's
still a
very
cover.
reasonable scoreline here.
I agree. Yeah, I think now that we've talked about it, I'm going to go with you. That's a cover.
Ohio State and the points for me and Cade. I think that's an early kickoff. I thought I was trying to do these chronologically by time of kick on Saturday. The next one, it is chronologically, because the next one is a morning game. It's in the SEC, and to me, it involves the biggest question mark remaining in this conference. The Missouri Tigers in Columbia, they host the Alabama Crimson Tide, and Kalen DeBoer's bunch is favored by 3.5. We talked about Missouri for a long time in the lobby today with Stephen McGee and Olin Buchanan, and just trying to grasp what they are. Did you know that Missouri has not run for less than 200 yards in a game this season?
At all?
At all.
Oof.
Now,
that's wild.
You pull up their schedule and you go, okay, who's the world beater on defense right now? They played South Carolina. South Carolina's defense in 2025 ain't nothing what it was in 2024. When you go back and you look at the pieces that they lost in that front seven, they lost Nick Emanware. They are gutted from what they were last year defensively. That being said, running for 200 yards against an SEC opponent, regardless of who it is, not easy to do. Texas A&M's also done it in back-to-back weeks, something we'll talk about a little bit later. But is Missouri fool's gold? And what is the motto of the state of Missouri? Show me. So that's where I'm at with Missouri. Show me. I'm taking Alabama to win and to cover.
Yep, show me is a great statement there. By the way, real quick, just I was just informed by my dad that in that picture that is George Woodard, not Bubba Bean.
Oh, okay.
But they were on that same 1975 team that was really solid.
Yeah, my dad used to talk about George Woodard having like the biggest legs, like the tree trunk thighs of anybody that had ever played football at A&M. How hard he was to tackle.
Yeah, and so he sent me that picture, I think for the first time like last year when Woodard passed away. But yes, that is who that is. It is not Bubba Bean. I was mistaken. That was a misunderstanding. Hand up.
Yeah, we are a hand up show.
But
speaking of hand up, did you put your hand up in the bathroom to spray?
Yeah, I leave the door open too.
You left the door open?
I let it air out.
Guy, you're lucky nobody's in the office anymore.
It's after hours. TexAgs stops working.
You'd be gagging the front desk girl. You gotta fumigate this whole thing. Now, Bill, this is on record. This is the internet. It doesn't ever go away. Billy knows that now.
He's not watching. I didn't even miss first pitch. I didn't even miss first pitch.
So we have picked.
He just missed Ohio State, Illinois.
Yeah, we're on Missouri, Alabama. We picked Illinois, Ohio State. Me and Cade both took the Buckeyes to win and cover.
I'll take Illinois just because I want to go against you guys and hate Ohio State.
Okay, and then we kind of picked already. Cade, did you take a side here, Bama and Missouri?
Bama's covering that.
Yeah, that seems like the most obvious
cover
ever. Ty
Simpson's
talking
about
playing fantastically. I think Missouri's feasted on cupcakes all year long. It'll be interesting to see what Ahmad Hardy does against a real team, real defense.
That's exactly what we said. They've run for over 200 yards each week, Missouri has. They haven't played a front seven near what they're about to see on Saturday. They play well at home, though. I think that's why this number is so low. Like, I thought it would be Bama 6.5. Yeah, they've played well in Columbia. And Bo Perbula has been efficient. On the flip side, I heard, was it Colin Cowherd or maybe
Bo Pribula couldn't beat out football terrorist Drew Aller, though.
Yeah.
Missouri's got the best
point.
quarterback that was on Penn State's roster last year.
Maybe so.
This Colin Cowherd or Joel Klatt talking yesterday, I think that's who it was, that if Ty Simpson's last name was Manning, the Heisman Trophy would already be on his mantle.
He's got a loss, though.
But he's balling,
dude. He is balling.
I know he is,
and he's making big time throw after big time throw. He's got real weapons at receiver. I don't know, like Missouri's defense in the secondary, can they run with Alabama? Like again, have they been tested? I think the best offense Missouri's played has been Kansas. Jalen Daniels, good player, but not going to stress a defense like Alabama with in terms of number of athletes. Why are you getting all fired up?
Tyler Glasnow just struck out Trey Turner to begin the game.
Oh. He had 9 innings, dude.
Okay,
it's going to be a lot of me and you here.
Got to get 27 of them, Brauny.
All right, moving on. This has been dubbed the game of the week by a lot of folks, and it's interesting to me because I think this is going to be one-sided. But in Eugene, Oregon, the Ducks favored by 7.5 on Saturday against Kurt Cignetti's Indiana Hoosiers. Are we buying Indiana as a real player?
I'm buying Fernando Mendoza.
They can score.
Good player.
Somebody in the chat, in the YouTube chat, Lil Chi 721, I believe is how I pronounce that. They said, "Why is College Game Day not in Columbia this week?" The answer is this game, because it's a top 10 matchup.
Didn't they also just feature?
And they also did
Alabama last week.
Bama last week. Yep. But yeah, I think it's 7.5 for Oregon, and it's in Autzen. That I feel like that feels like an easy cover for them in Autzen.
I'll say Oregon wins the game, but I think it'll be closer than 7 because I agree, Cade. Like it seems the most obvious cover of all time, and that's why it won't be.
I've been a Dan Lanning stan. I've been a Dan stan all year. I've said multiple times on this show on TexAgs Live that to my eye, the way I look at it, I think Oregon has looked like the best team in the country. I could be wrong, but I really like the way they move offensively. Dante Moore has proven that, like, Dante Moore has got to be in the Heisman discussion. This is huge game for Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza's Heisman chances. The winner of this game is going to vault themselves into they're going to be sitting pretty for a trip to New York at the very least. Fernando Mendoza also climbing up a lot of NFL draft charts as the season goes on. So I think this Indiana team is better than the one that they had last year. I think that they are going to go to the playoff, but I also think that Oregon's going to win this game by 2 scores. And Autzen Stadium, in that part of the country on the West Coast, I mean, hands down, the best atmosphere. You want to throw Utah in there?
I think it's incredibly impressive how loud that stadium gets given their stadium capacity.
Yeah, it has to do with the acoustics.
Yeah, the acoustics there are pretty insane.
And it always looks like the fans are kind of right on top of you. I've never been up there, but it seems like that the fans are close to the action, close to the field.
That begs the question, where would you most like to see Texas A&M play a home and home? Obviously, we've got
Madison, Wisconsin.
The Notre Dame series ended this year, and then next up is
Arizona
State, and after that, it's Louisville.
Louisville, I'll go because it's
Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, Kentucky Bourbon Trail. That'd be cool.
All right, we got 2 outs and a runner on third.
And Arizona State. I mean, the state of Arizona's sick. Tempe's pretty cool.
That stadium is super cool, by the way.
Sun Devil Stadium?
Just where it's set up, it's so cool.
And they just renovated it not too long ago.
They did, true.
But I would want somewhere in the Big Ten early in the season so it's not so blazing hot.
I can tell you where I wouldn't
Wisconsin,
want
Minnesota, Michigan.
Michigan is out. That's where I would not want them to go.
Why?
Big House just doesn't do it for me.
Well, you've been to games there. There's so many Aggies that haven't.
It's just unimpressive. There's so many other better atmospheres to go to.
Okay, so I'm on Oregon. You're on Indiana to cover.
Ducks to win.
Okay,
Oregon to cover and win.
Okay, the Red River Shootout, Texas and Oklahoma. There's been some really interesting.
That's not PC. You got to call it the Red River rivalry.
Not on this show. We don't have to do anything. I just sat over there and made chocolate mousse on the show. You've gotten up to poop twice. What do we have to do on this show?
You don't know that's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah? Why'd you spray then? You admitted that you sprayed.
Had asparagus last night.
Oh, she had the strong urine. Texas and Oklahoma, Red River shootout. You call it whatever you want. Oklahoma is favored by 1.5. That's where I had it this morning. This line started with Texas favored by 2.5. And what's funny is I've seen some stuff on social media saying that Texas being favored or the line moving is completely independent of the health of John Mateer. I don't think that you can't convince me that that's the truth.
Why else would the line be moving?
If Texas, I know that's what I'm saying. If Michael Hawkins plays quarterback for Oklahoma, Texas will win this game
by multiple scores.
They've got no shot to move the ball with Michael Hawkins. It's going to have to be like old school single wing, snap it to him and let him run it.
Little wing T action.
Yeah, like old school shotgun wing T.
Success offensively if they did a wildcat.
And I
don't know. Jaden Knott hasn't looked too hot either. Though,
no, they haven't run the ball with their backs.
They can't run the ball. Period.
Yeah, Mateer has been their best runner.
Satania running back.
But on the other side,
QB.
Arch Manning's been Texas's best running back.
True.
And does Texas offensive line woes clean themselves up in a week? I doubt it. That's a good front seven. That's a really good defensive mind in Brent Venables. I'm having a trouble picking a side here because I don't know the health of John Mateer. If John Mateer is playing, Oklahoma wins and covers. If Michael Hawkins is playing, Texas wins. What I like the most, I think, in this game is the under.
I've heard you say that. When it comes to my pick, I'm going to base it solely on my heart. I want the Sooners to win this game. I want Texas's playoff hopes to be completely dashed in week 6, right? Week 7. Oklahoma, have you seen the rest of their schedule?
It's a bear.
The back half of their schedule features 5 games against opponents currently ranked in the AP's top 15.
They kind of need this one.
They have to have this one.
Yeah.
They both have to have it, which is
Texas
why
season's done if they
crazy
lose.
stuff's going to happen.
Agreed. So this one's hard for me because I feel like this game, at least in recent years, has been weird where the team that I think is worse plays better in this game and they end up winning. And in this case, I think that Texas is the worst team from what we've seen so far. Man, I'm gonna just pick Oklahoma because I don't want Texas to win.
Can we house like our picks and saying, like I'll take Oklahoma if Mateer plays. If Mateer doesn't play, I'll take Texas.
We're not keeping track.
Well, we are this week, is what he said.
Okay, who's keeping track? Are we going to make an intern watch this?
Well, we can try to do something.
We could have.
That.
It would have been so easy to just jot them down as we were going from week 1.
I've already forget who I picked.
Yeah, you know what? It's whatever.
You know what? I'm just going to pick Texas.
I'm just going to pick Oklahoma.
I said I want the Sooners. I'll take the Sooners. I'll put my figurative money where my mouth is, where my heart is.
Let me look up this over under because that's what I'm.
I got it. It's 44.5.
See, with Red River, there's going to be a non-offensive touchdown. Feels like it feels like there's one every year or 2 every year. Punt return, kick return, block punt, pick 6, scoop and score. Something weird's going to happen, but I still like the under. I just don't think Texas's offensive lines. They were awful last week. Let's not forget Florida came into the game really a little bemused about the way their defensive line and front 7 had played in terms of pressure rate, and they got after Arch Manning. Like the same amount of pressures they had all year, they generated last week against Texas. So
Arch Manning, we've said it on this show, he is the way down the list of problems for them.
I also think if John Mateer plays, there's no way that hand's going to be fully healthy. From what I understand, it was.
Dude, that's not
true. It's like the Lavalette injury.
But it wasn't. But it also wasn't healthy for a majority of that Auburn game, so they say. So
he wasn't great in that one either.
Who's to really say like if he's gonna be that much worse if he's still hurt?
Well, they could have shot him up with lidocaine and whatever just to get through that afternoon, and then.
Yeah, they could Aaron Rodgers him this week if they want to.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, something.
Send him off in the woods in Oklahoma and give him some mushrooms and leave him in there for a few days.
He can make it to the stadium.
Yeah,
walks up to the Cotton Bowl an hour before game time, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, he's been grounding. He walks up barefooted.
Yeah, Mac Hollins style.
Maybe he's got sandals in his hand, like just weird hippie stuff, and he comes out and leads OU to victory. I think
be an all-time moment.
I mean, he did spend that time up in Washington State. Who knows?
Yeah, but Pullman's out there.
Could have changed him.
Yeah, Pullman is in a weird spot of that state.
It is in a very weird spot. I've actually been there.
Have you really?
I did a college tour there.
Washington State, Wazoo was on your list, huh?
It was on my list. They let me in like 3 days.
Yeah, they gotta be thrilled when they get an application filled out.
Them and Oregon, actually, they both, after I applied, I was accepted into both of those schools like within the week.
For those of you who don't know, Cade Beckham is very smart.
I'm pretty smart. I won't say very smart.
He's not like Matthew Dawson smart, but he's still pretty smart.
Matthew Dawson, fraud alert. Next game, Tennessee at home. Excuse me. The Volunteers are favored by 11.5 against Arkansas. I like the over, whatever that number is in this game.
I'm rooting for 11 overtimes.
Tennessee, we saw them. Georgia's offense is not world beaters, and Georgia put up 38 in regulation against Tennessee. Then they Tennessee allowed another 38 to Mississippi State.
34 to Mississippi State.
34 to Mississippi State. So whatever the over-under is, I like the over. Arkansas can't stop a nosebleed. They are bad. It is one-way traffic every time the opposing offense gets the football.
It'll be interesting to see how Bobby P is energized.
Yeah, but are they going to get better on offense?
I don't think they're going to be too much better on offense. But
and they fired 3 defensive coaches.
Was holding back.
Fired 3 defensive coaches. You're going to have an assistant defensive line coach call the game.
With his mutiny.
If I had to pick a side here, give me Tennessee to win and cover.
I agree with that.
Ooh, I'm actually, because I think Tennessee's defense is pretty garbage, I'm going to say that Arkansas is going to cover this just barely.
Would you think it'd be any different if they were in Fayetteville instead of Knoxville?
Oh, it'd be motorcycle night.
Motorcycle night. We get motorcycle
I know. A&M's going to get motorcycle night next week.
Ooh, that's going to be pretty wild.
Guy, you got to beat Florida.
Gotta.
You got to beat Florida and Arkansas.
Yeah, you're walking into you're going to be walking into a beehive up there.
Buzz.
And we need Tennessee to kind of win and stomp them. I don't think Bobby Petrino, in his career, he hasn't handled adversity well. So the more adversity you throw on his plate, I think the better. If you're looking at it from an A&M perspective, so there's a little bit of hope in my pick too. So Tennessee to win and cover. Cade's on Arkansas to cover the 11.5, and Richard thinks the Vols win and cover as well. Texas Tech at home in Lubbock, favored by 14.5 over Kansas.
Remember when we thought Kansas was decent?
I haven't even checked to see what they've done since early in the year.
Since they lost to Mizzou.
And that was a back and forth thing.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Let's see. The Jayhawks this year.
4-2. Lost to Cincy. They're both their losses are fairly close. Their loss to Cincy was by 3. They lost to Missouri by 11,
but it was close. It was a late score by Mizzou.
Late score, yeah. And they
nice.
They gave West Virginia the business, and then they beat UCF by a touchdown.
Tech wins. Give me Kansas to cover. I think they're scrappy enough with Jalen Daniels. Will this be the best quarterback that Texas Tech has faced all year?
Pretty easily.
Yes.
I mean, Wigman went out, in the third drive last week?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, I think, pretty easily the best quarterback they've faced this year.
Will it be the best quarterback they face at any point this year?
Yes.
Hold on.
Rocco Becht.
Bum.
Oh, I was looking at Kansas' schedule.
And how do they miss Baylor?
Okay, it's going to be Jalen Daniels, then Sam Levitt.
Yeah, okay.
That's probably pretty close.
How do they miss Baylor?
Then who's the Oklahoma State quarterback? Does anybody know? Nobody cares. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they get Avery Johnson, Kansas State.
Bear Bachmeier.
Who's that? Who's the freshman quarter? Is that who the freshman quarterback is? Yeah. Bachmeier. UCF, I don't know who their quarterback is.
And West Virginia
has a little carousel going or whatever.
Yeah, because didn't Marchiol withdraw from the rest of the season and announce he's going in the portal?
It's crazy. God,
I thought I saw that come up on Instagram. That may have been one of those fake things. I've not been keeping up with West Virginia football. But, yeah, so this will probably be the best quarterback, back-to-back weeks, the best quarterbacks that Texas Tech will face all year. I hope everybody's ready for this reality that Texas Tech is going to the playoff.
Yep. I'm ready for it. I've accepted it. I don't like it, but I've accepted it.
As we move closer and closer, they are either inbound for a bye or Lubbock, Texas will host a playoff game.
I feel bad for the team that has to go to Lubbock and smell the cow crap all
it
day
might be
as
A&M.
they play the game. Yeah, it could be. You could be right. Yep.
Lubbock in December could be
cold and windy,
icy.
That's the reality.
Gross.
That's what we're living in 2025. The Red Raiders are going to the playoff. Believe that. So I'm on Kansas to cover the number. Texas Tech wins.
Tech to cover.
I'll take Kansas to cover that as well.
All right, Auburn and Georgia, the South's oldest rivalry. It is in Jordan-Hare Stadium on Saturday afternoon. This is an interesting line. Didn't y'all think that this number would be bigger? Georgia favored by 3.5 as visitors.
That does seem low.
Not a lot of respect for the Bulldogs there.
What does Vegas know that we don't?
Well, they know that Auburn's defense is pretty good.
But they don't have any faith in Mr. Stockton.
They also know that Georgia's defense is not as good as it has been in years past.
This seems like a Georgia team with more holes in it than Kirby Smart's seen in a few years. Gunnar Stockton, they really struggle throwing the football with any kind of consistency. They're starting 2 true freshmen on the offensive line. There's not a Jalen Carter or who is the big giant in the middle?
Jordan Davis.
Like, they don't have those guys on the defensive front seven. There's no Roquan Smith running around at linebacker.
All of that, fine. But Auburn is awful. Awful.
I'm going to take Georgia to win and cover. I just, like, if Georgia gets to 21, 24 points, is Auburn going to score 20?
With the line at
21?
With the line at 3.5, absolutely Georgia to cover.
Yeah,
that's what makes it
by
stinky,
10
though.
points.
Like, it's obvious, like, right? Like, this is a stinky line. Like, it's the rat trying to, it's the cheese for the rat.
Yeah. I still think Georgia covers. I'm with Richard on this one. I think Georgia still covers this. They win by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, and they could be up 3 and get a touchdown late, and then, it could be 30-20, something like that. Do you have that number for you, Cade?
The
over-under?
Over-under? Here, let me find it.
I would bet it's like 43, 44.
46.5.
46.5.
That's probably mostly Georgia.
Yeah, I'd go under. I'd lean under, Georgia in the under. Yeah, 21-14, something like that, 24-14. You're still living comfortably under the under. All right, so we're all on the Bulldogs to win and cover. Out west, Richard, you'll have an opinion here. USC at home, they are favored. The Trojans are favored at home against ranked Michigan. The line is USC minus 2.5. And I got to say,
that's a weird one to me.
I don't think so. Like, what has Michigan done to make you a super believer that they're going to be able to
But what has USC done that makes you believe they're not stinky? Okay, they're at home. Okay, the hostile Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Don't cut me off because you're emotionally invested in this.
I'm emotionally invested in this.
Jay Mayava is the best quarterback they've played in terms of distributing the football within the offense. They played John Mateer, who is like, it's more like playing against Johnny.
Yes, and that's true. Jay Mayava
Bryce Underwood on the road wasn't great against Oklahoma. They're going to have more offensive success against USC because it's not Oklahoma's defense. But there's a reason why USC's favored, and I think it's because of Mayava and the weapons that he's got. I like USC in this spot. I think the Trojans win and cover.
I think you lean on Justice Haynes. I'll take Michigan, obviously. Duh. Because I'm biased. Again, I'm picking with my heart here. Why not? This show stinks. I stink. Why not just make it all stink?
Just to back up the statement about Jaden Mayava. Jaden Mayava is 5th in the entire country in passing yards right now, and his touchdown to interception passing ratio is 11-1. With that being said, Michigan's going to win the game.
It's not crazy. It's a tight line.
If Michigan loses, Sherrone Moore's going to be out of a job by Monday morning.
Sherrone Moore made some weird statement this week in his press conference. Did you hear that?
No.
I don't want to get the quote wrong, but it was talking about playing at the.
There is no excuse for Michigan to be anything other than 10-1 going into the Ohio State game. I've said that multiple times on this show and to anybody in the office who would listen to me. I still believe that. I understand that this is Michigan's last test, potentially their last landmine before getting to 10-1. If they are not 10-1 when they play Ohio State after Thanksgiving, Sherrone Moore should be fired.
Sherrone Moore said that his team wasn't going there to take selfies in the Coliseum, and that the sellout crowd was going to be inside the stadium because of the Wolverines' presence. Interesting.
Michigan does have the largest national fan base in the country, and it's the first time they're playing there, and who knows how long.
He might be right, but just why do you need to say it?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's just, why give anybody bulletin board material unnecessarily?
Just keep your mouth shut and go play. If you win, everybody's happy. Yep. But if you lose, everybody's going to go, oh, why did you need to give them any extra juice?
Now that I've heard that, I'm not going to change my pick.
All right.
Give him the old okey doke.
Down in Death Valley, LSU -9.5 versus South Carolina. I really like whatever this under is. LSU has struggled to score 9.5 points whenever DJ Lagway threw them the ball 5 times at home.
20-10. And they scored 13 points on offense in that game, so they had a pick 6.
I do think the South Carolina offense is too one-dimensional to have any success against the LSU defense. Like, again, not sold that LSU is some sort of elite defensive unit yet. Ole Miss kind of went up and down the field on them. They missed some opportunities to make that scoreline look better than it was. 9.5 is
LSU.
Give me
wins,
LSU at home.
Covers.
Yeah, I don't think South Carolina's going to score hardly at all. You cannot be one-dimensional and beat LSU.
I just don't expect
in Death Valley at night
or them to score hardly at all.
So you're going to take South Carolina?
I don't expect either of them to score, but I expect LSU to win. But 9.5 is a lot. LSU's going to win this game. I say South Carolina covers that 9.5 spread.
I think LSU is going to win as well, but I also think that I'm with Richard that South Carolina is covering that specifically because of how this game went last season. I think South Carolina may be out for blood a little bit.
Oh, they got screwed.
Because they got hosed last year, like super hosed. So I think they're gonna come out there and bring it this weekend, and I think they'll cover the 9.5. I think it's a coin flip on if they actually pull it off, but
they got hosed. Calling bad penalties.
SEC officiating. Can't wait for another masterclass in the best conference in the world.
All right, so I'm on LSU to win and cover. Cade and Richard think South Carolina, LSU wins the game, but they got South Carolina covering the 9.5. Utah at home looking for a bounce back in Salt Lake City against Arizona State. This one's tough because here's my thing on Arizona State. I think they're better. They're a better version of themselves than the ones that lost in Starkville.
Yeah. Utah
is extremely limited, but Arizona State's defense, I don't know about. I like Kenny Dillingham, but there's something about Utah at home at night. I'll take the Utes to win and cover the points.
I like Dillingham. I like Arizona State to win this one outright.
Oh, upset alert.
I'll take it.
Arizona State's winning this one outright. Jordan Tyson's too good. And also, Brauny, what you said about the defense, I think not too bad. I mean, they gave up less points to Mississippi State than Tennessee did, so
well,
if we're gonna, I'll move the goalposts a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But their defense. It's a Big 12 defense still, but this
is another scenario where the team that's favored is unranked over a ranked opponent. Could this be a look-ahead spot for Arizona State too? It better not be, because if they
already
lose,
have a loss. They can't look ahead on anybody.
But they've got Texas Tech at home next week.
Get in the gap. Oh, nice catch.
Texas Tech at home next week. And Arizona State's been living by the skin of their teeth, man. 3-point win against Baylor, 3-point win against TCU.
You got to give it to them, though. They after losing the close game against Mississippi State, they've figured out how to win 2 close games in a row.
I mean, I think they're comparable to Mississippi State. When you look at all of their results, it's about what I think Mississippi State would do against their schedule. So, would you think Mississippi State would go into Salt Lake City and win? I could see that happening.
I think they would, honestly.
But Kyle Whittingham at night, everybody has punted on Utah after them losing at home to Texas Tech. I just think he's a really good coach. He gets his team right. I think they run the football. I would like the under in this game too. I feel like that would be the side to pick if you were going on the total points. I would take the under. If I'm picking a side, though, some of these, it's like I said last week, and Vanderbilt would have covered. That was one of the worst beats of all time, is that they were covering, and then Jam Miller gets the first down, and everybody on the planet just falls down and the game's over. He runs all the way into the end zone. But that was my point last week, was I wanted to be, if I was going to bet Bama Vanderbilt on one side or the other, I wanted to be pulling for Diego Pavia down the stretch to either try to win the game or cover the game. That's why I was on Vanderbilt, and that bet would have hit. My feelings are similar here. If I had money on this game, how would I want to be watching it late? I'd want to be pulling for Kyle Whittingham and just his process and how he has built a program there. I trust that way more than Sam Leavitt on the road. Right or wrong, that's the way I feel.
That's fair. I like Kenny. I like Dillingham.
Okay, before we pick our A&M and Florida score, I've got some upset alerts. So upset alerts mean I think that the team that is the underdog will win this game. Okay, so these are money line bets if you're looking for money line bets. There's one of these that's a little stinky. There's 3 of them that I think are very much within the realm of possibility, and the lines say so. So some of these aren't crazy. I think Colorado can beat Iowa State at home. Iowa State stinks. Kate, I know this shocks you to hear, and it doesn't taste real good, but Iowa State's no good.
We went over this. I already put my hand up for Iowa State being bad, but Colorado is horrible. They are so bad. That team is terrible. I don't think that even though that's at home, I mean, they could win on a walk-off field goal, but man, they're so bad.
Iowa State's favoring that game by 2.5. Here's another one in the Big 12. Arizona at home against BYU. I was shocked to see that this number was only BYU minus 1.5. Again, BYU ranked, Arizona unranked. Arizona went on the road and got thumped by Iowa State. Arizona's no good, but they can certainly win this game. I'll watch BYU and I'll watch Colorado. I didn't think either one of those teams, neither one of them impressed me at all. But somebody's got to win the game, so BYU did. Arizona getting BYU on the road after an emotional win at Colorado. I think Arizona can win this game. The last one that's really, again, that line's 1.5. Here's another 1.5 line where I think the underdog wins the game. Wyoming at home against San Jose State. I would have trouble favoring anybody on the road. San Jose State being favored anywhere on the road. But I don't know why. I like Laramie, Wyoming.
Okay.
Laramie, Wyoming is
not going to yuck anybody's yum.
So I will take Wyoming to win that game. And then my last one, here's a little bit of a bigger point spread. Boston College at home versus Clemson. The Tigers are favored by 13.5. Boston College is stinky, but they've got Bill O'Brien as their head coach. I think he can get his team right and up for one game. I think I'm doing this. There's a little bit of emotion involved. I would, Dabo Sweeney's press conference after this, if they lose, would be must watch. Get your popcorn television for me. So my upset alerts this week: Colorado over Iowa State. Iowa State favored by 2.5. Arizona over BYU. BYU favored by 1.5. Wyoming over San Jose State. San Jose State favored by 1.5. And then Boston College over Clemson with the Tigers favored by 13.5. Those are my 4 upset alerts for this week. You could probably parlay that and lay $10 on it and win a ton of money if all those hit. All right, so we got the last thing. We got to taste my mousse here. Okay, so I will go over there after. I'm going to pick my score, Richard, for the game on Saturday, A&M, Florida. If you want more breakdown tomorrow morning, TexAgs Live, they'll get into all things Aggies and Gators. I've been on the record. I'm worried about this one. I'm not going to pick Texas A&M to lose a game until they lose a game. So I will go Aggies 28, Gators 27.
Ags win by 6 or 7, 31-24.
I will say A&M wins 28-24.
So we all have Florida to cover?
Yeah,
the line
I think
is 7.5.
So. Yeah.
Really?
Line
Really?
is 7.5.
Okay.
I thought it was closer.
How do y'all want me to do this? Y'all want me to scoop y'all some of these ramekins?
Yeah, the ramekins.
All right, Cades, if you want to come over, you can pan over here. I will be getting everybody a spoonful, maybe more if you like it. There's plenty. Cade, you can go ahead and come on in here.
Yeah, I'll join you in a second here.
Okay, so Richard,
Yeah.
here's your ramekin full of Brauny's muscle mousse. You have a spoon and give honest opinion. It's gonna be a little yogurty. You just can't avoid
It's going to
it.
be yogurty.
There's a lot of yogurt
That's
in
what
there.
it looks like. Can they see this? Looks all right. You can see some chunks of some Oreo-looking ramekins. Is that what this is called? An ramekin?
It's
I would have just called it
ramekin.
a bowl.
Not a ramekin, just ramekin.
I said a ramekin. A ramekin? Or is this just a bowl?
It's a ramekin, I think. A ramekin's what you put in the oven. What about it?
I mean, it's fine. I don't love it. It's not tasteless.
It's not tasteless?
It is tasteless.
How is it tasteless?
What do you mean?
It tastes like something.
It tastes like yogurt. That's about it.
That's all you can taste is yogurt?
I mean, I can taste a little more. Like, I'm not a big Greek yogurt fan, so I would definitely taste the Greek yogurt in it.
Oh, yeah. There's no avoiding that. And it's strong.
So,
But that's where that's how you cut
like.
the calories.
Yeah.
And that's how you add the
understand
protein.
So, like, it's
Brian, I
fine.
think that's
Like,
good.
I can understand why you would eat
That
this
tastes
a
good.
lot so that you don't gain calories and stuff. Like, it's probably an acquired taste for someone like me.
I dig it. What about it, Cade?
I think it's good. I think that the let's see if I can get a good scoop to show the camera. You can see like the
Consistency's
Oreos
good.
in it. The consistency is good. The Catalina Crunch or whatever it is
Yeah, it helps.
is an incredibly necessary element. So
Yeah,
that's a good call.
if you didn't have the chunks of the cookie, you wouldn't be able to do it.
When I heard it was Brauny's muscle mousse, I think I might have set myself up for failure to be disappointed. I expected more of a chocolatey flavor to it.
Yeah, the only real flavor is, so it's got the sugar-free chocolate syrup, which I don't know if you've ever tasted that by itself. Sugar-free chocolate syrup, basically no taste.
Ugh.
It's a sham. You know what else is pretty good? This is kind of gross, but I did like it. I saw it on one of the fitness influencers. You get the small cartons. Have you seen the small cartons of just egg whites?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you squirt some of that sugar-free chocolate syrup in there, shake it up. It's chocolate milk adjacent. So if you're looking to cut calories and get a bunch of protein in, it's egg whites, liquid egg whites, small carton. Shoot a couple squirts of the Hershey's chocolate syrup, sugar-free in there, shake it up, chug it. It's like a little protein shake, post-workout protein shake.
What do you know about a couple squirts, Cade Bickham?
Whoa. You know something about a couple squirts today.
Hershey's.
Yeah, and this protein
Yum.
pudding is not going to help. Jenna, I apologize for what's happening tonight.
We have people coming over too.
Ugh.
Problem.
Oof,
Yikes.
brutal.
Have just light a candle.
How about that, man? How about that?
You should rope off a bathroom just for yourself.
Jenna invited, I would say, our next best set of couple friends behind you and the missus over for dinner at the apartment, which is fine. Love these people. Awesome. Jason, Ashley, fantastic people. Dodgers are playing a postseason game. I'm supposed to act normal?
You're not going to.
I
If they're
can't.
friends of yours, then they know you're not going to.
I can't. I'm
You weren't
a
even
psychopath.
acting normal in the first inning here.
Oh, goodness. TexAgs just said that Banana Ball meets 12th man.
Yeah, the Savannah Bananas
on
are
May
coming to
2nd,
Kyle Field.
2016.
May 2nd of 2026. The Savannah Bananas at Kyle Field.
That'll be a great event. And it'll
I
get
just wonder if
packed
the
out.
Aggie baseball team's going to be playing on that weekend at home.
I can tell you. Got the schedule right here.
May 2nd?
May 2nd? Auburn.
At home.
At home.
Jeez. I'm sure Coach Early's thrilled.
I'll tell you who's not thrilled.
I won't be going to Banana Ball.
No comments.
I will not either.
Well, TexAgs will I'll put together a crew for something.
All right. Well, we thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. We're on a 94.5-hour break. Gig 'em. Beat the hell out of Florida. Thanks for tuning into the B Team.
Bye.